Okay, hello guys. So this is going to be the first part in a series of tutorials on how to make a top-down game. This will be aimed for the beginner, but we will get some pretty advanced stuff inside this series. So I'm going to start off by creating a new sprite. So right click, create sprites, SPR underscore player. SPR means sprite. So edit sprite, create new sprite, 32 by 32, and just gonna give it a blue color, fill that in, and then I'm gonna get a darker blue color. For the bottom half, I'm just gonna fill that in with it. I'll give it a sort of cool 3D looking effect. And so I'm just gonna center that sprite. I'm gonna make one more sprite, and I'm gonna call it SPR underscore wall. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to give it a sort of brown color. That's a good wall color. Let's see, dark brown. That looks okay. And I'm going to center that also. Because if you don't center it, then it will totally be off and collisions will not work, which we will get into this episode. So it's really important to do that. Alright, so obj player, so object player. Give that the player sprite and create another object, obj underscore wall. Give that the wall sprite and check that solid box. It'll help with the collisions later in this tutorial. Alright, so I'm going to create a room, so right click on rooms and create room. I'm going to call it rm underscore LVL for level, so rm is room and LVL is level underscore 1. So room level 1. And I'm going to change that speed to 60. So 60 frames per second. And I'm going to insert a player object. And I'm going to get that obj wall. And hold Control and Shift so I can place a ton at one time. Like that. And that should be good. Let's see. Oh yeah, I do want to change the background color to a green, like that, so that just looks a bit better. And let's see, in the OBJ player, I'm going to add event, create event, and insert a piece of code in the control section. And a little quick learning thing for you guys. If you do a double slash and you wrote variables, then right here it would still say execute a piece of code, but if you put a third one, then it would say variable. So it's pretty nice to know, so that you can like, what did I do in this part of the like, what did I do in this event? Then it would show you, it would tell you what you did in that event. So let's see, in the create event, I'm gonna write movement speed. It's gonna be equal to 4. If you do not change the room speed, change that now, or just set this to 8. It'll run a little smoother if you have it at 60, but it doesn't really matter. It just will touch up the game so that it looks a bit better. Alright, so in the step event, I'm going to insert a piece of code. Add a step event first and then insert a piece of code. Sorry about that. Alright, so triple slash movement, and more. I will probably rename this, but I'm not sure what else I'm going to put in here other than that. But yeah, I'm going to do in this tutorial pretty much whatever you guys ask me to do. So it's just, I don't have any plans for it. I'm just going to do whatever you guys want me to do. So here I'm going to write movement, 2 collisions, and 2 slashes and movement. Sorry about that. So here I'm going to write x steer, so that's our x direction, equal to keyboard check VK right minus keyboard check, I did not spell it there, keyboard check VK left. And same thing for the y direction, so y dear equal to keyboard check VK right, no, down, sorry, down. Minus keyboard check VK up. So that's our Y directions, are up and down. Alright, now I'm just going to do a double slash sqrt equal to hypotenuse. It just makes, it's like, let's say, square, right? It's making it so, like, let's say in a long time you're looking at your code, you can tell what exactly, like, sqrt means. Alright, so down here I'm going to write hypotenuse. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. It's really confusing, this part of code. It confuses me, so I'm not going to try to confuse you guys with it too. So, hypotenuse equal to sqrt, open bracket, sqrt, open bracket, x dear, close bracket, times, so an asterisk, sqr, open bracket, y dear, 2 close brackets, and there we go. And a semicolon at the end. But that's not needed. It's just, to me, it's just better, because I used to code on Unity for a long time, but and so those are needed. But on this, it's pretty nice because you don't actually need to add those. But yeah, so GameMaker's coding system is pretty nice. A little bit less work, but I still like to add that. Alright, so x normalized equal to x dear minus open bracket sign, open bracket, x dear, close bracket, times, frac, open close bracket, inside those, hypotenuse, slash, so divided by 2. And then just close bracket and a semicolon. Alright, so now it's the same thing for the y normalized. You could just copy and paste this, but I'm not going to do that because I always think people go too fast whenever they do that. And so you like, have to pause the video and wait for them. They have to wait. Well, they don't have to wait for you, but, you know, I don't like it when you have to pause the video and like, okay, let's see, like, what is that? It just sort of always annoys me. So I'm gonna write y normalized equal to y dear minus, open bracket, sign, open bracket, y dear, close bracket, times, frac, open bracket, hypotenuse, close bracket, slash, divided by 2, and close bracket and semicolon. So that has that, only 4 more lines of code, and then the moving will be done, and then we need to get to the collisions. Alright, so here we're just going to write x speed equal to movement speed. We made that up there in the create event, times x normalized. And y speed equal to movement speed times y normalized. There we go. Okay, and so next thing you want to do is just set x equal to x speed and y equal to y speed. So I just noticed a little mistake I made. It's y plus equal to y speed and x plus equal to x speed. So now it should be working. Let's test it out. Okay, and sorry again if there's any static in this. My microphone's acting up, and so, yeah. Okay, movement works perfectly. Might just be my computer. It's seems to be running a bit slow. I'm not sure. But yeah, so that's good. Next thing is the collisions. So in the step event at line 15 for me, might be at a different place for you. In between x plus equal to x speed and y equal to movement speed times y normalized, just break that up. Down here I'm going to write double slash movement after collisions. And down here, up here, sorry, up, but there, at line 16 for me, collisions, double slash, and collisions. So next thing we need to do is the collisions. Okay, so if X speed is not equal to 0. How you're going to do that is an exclamation mark and then equals sign and 0. Now, if not, place free x plus x speed and y, and then open close curly bracket. Inside those, you're gonna write if x speed is larger than 0, no, it's smaller than 0, move contact solid 0 and x speed. And if x speed is larger than 0, move contact solid. This is why the solid box really helps us out in this. So right here we're going to write 180 and minus x speed. Okay, so here we're just going to write x speed is equal to 0. So if these are true, then we're just setting our speed to 0. Okay, so down here we're just going to do the same thing for the y speed. So if y speed is not equal to 0, no, not, oh, sorry. So if it's not equal to 0, then if not, place free x plus x speed and y plus y speed and open close curly bracket. If x speed is larger than 0, then, if y speed is larger than 0, and also I made a little thing here, it's supposed to be plus. So if it's, if y speed is smaller than 0, then move contact solid and 270, comma, y speed. There we go. So if y speed is larger than 0, move contact solid 90 minus y speed. And if, no, not an if, so y speed equal to 0. There we go. So that should cover the collisions and everything. Let's see. And if we test the game out, hopefully everything should work. Again, sorry for any static. Let's see. Yep, collisions work perfectly. It's running really nice. And yeah, if you have any bugs with this in the script, just ask me. I should be able to help you with them. And if you have any suggestions for the next episode, I was thinking maybe like enemy AI a little bit, like following the player or something. I'm not sure. You can suggest them in the comments. You could suggest any type of episode or any type of enemy AI you want. Like I said, I don't really have any plans for this. You can tell me whatever you want, and that should be it for this tutorial. If you liked it, then like the video, and if you want more, subscribe to my channel, and that should be it. So, goodbye.